And we're off. Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here. Welcome back to the channel for our first continued look at PowerWash Simulator 2. This is some extendo footage, or rather some sped-up footage, I guess a little both, from a play session that I was invited to from PowerWash Simulator 2 just a couple of days ago. And it was quite fun. I wanted to share a full mission here with you on an area of a town hall, and then, of course, one with a vehicle too, all part of the new campaign and new missions and all sorts of new stuff that are available in the new game, which will be coming out soon. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, all that good stuff, because I want to see here for more of this game and hear more about your opinion, and this might be quite satisfying. So welcome aboard. Yeah, so the new game has a lot of cool new stuff to it. In our previous video, we covered some of the new equipment and tools and locations. Here we'll be seeing two of them, but one of the biggest things that you'll be seeing here today is the new foam slash soap slash detergent. That's really fun to use. A lot of good stuff gets done here. Right now we're cleaning an outdoor toilet that is kind of just in like shutdown mode or something. It goes back into the ground for what I thought would be self-cleaning, but you got to do it all yourself. So we're very quickly going to see the exterior here cleaned up, and then it will lift up. We'll do more of the exterior, and right now we're just kind of working the roof, and then we'll do the interior as well. Then a little bit later we'll have a little dog car, something like that. I don't know what the story is on it. I've been trying to skip a lot of the lore and the stories in order to get more gameplay, and I was part of a playtest that took place for about maybe an hour and 45 minutes or so, and we got to see a little bit more about the game, including some of the exciting features for the interior of your shop that you'll get to own. You'll be able to own your own location in PowerWash Simulator, and so that means customizing your van, and then customizing your shop, decorating it, painting things, adding things like coffee tables and rugs and chairs, and it just seems like a good time. It'll be multiplayer too, so it's going to be a great game for families and for friends and for anybody just wanting to sit back and relax. This game, for the most part, is stress-free, although you can be quite meticulous in getting every little speck of dust and dirt out of every little nook and cranny. So anyway, welcome back. This game, by the way, is a genre that I've been loving to follow for a very long time, the whole simulator games, those that are more laid back. Of course, you've got more serious games like Farming Simulator and Flight Simulator that are a little more focused on the equipment and making money, but here, though you are doing the same thing, equipment and money, it's a little bit more kind of relaxed, and you can always go back and do things time and time again. Repeat missions that are some of your favorites. This seems very promising. Considering what we had to look forward to in PowerWash Simulator 1, they eventually brought out DLCs like SpongeBob and Warhammer 40k and Final Fantasy, amongst many others. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they add to this game in the future. I'm sure there'll be some free updates and new content down the line after it releases, and then maybe some more stuff for big jobs like multiplayer, and I hope to see more multi-part locations. This one I consider to be a multi-part location because once we're done with the exterior, the interior of it opens up, and it's kind of procedural. It doesn't let you just kind of willy-nilly go and clean everything all at once. Some of the missions allow you to do like an entire house in any order that you want to, but this one's kind of, you know, first you got to do the roof, then it'll lift up, and then you've got to do the exterior and then the interior as well. And it's kind of cool. Very mesmerizing to see myself go around over and over and over again. By the way, I was just testing out all sorts of different nozzles to see how they work here. We have soap now, I'm well aware of that, different types of nozzles and things like that. But I was just trying to see how I could lock into a repetitive pattern and just try different techniques, from using high pressure nozzles to extendo to the foam and the soap and all that stuff. So we're just trying a little everything. I'm not trying to beat the mission in the most effective or efficient way as possible. I'm just trying to do it where it kind of is just fun to do. So yeah, and then that goes back to the whole replayability thing, where in this game, of course, you'll unlock a lot of equipment, and then with that equipment, you can then go back to a previous mission that you did to make it easier and make a good amount of money. So maybe you finish a job for 250, then you buy something new, and then you go back and do it again and kind of get that 250 back. So it's certainly a game that is a very repetitive game, but that's exactly what you get with this one. And also, you know, is this like better than the first game? I don't think so. I think this is more of the same. And so if you're ready for that, you know, it's perfect. It's like adding maybe a little bit of a bacon to your favorite cheeseburger, something like that. You know, you're adding something a little different here, but it's a welcome change. There's enough here, I think, for it to be very fun in terms of all the new missions and the equipment to make me kind of want this stuff in the previous game. And, you know, you think to yourself, well, this could have been a DLC. But honestly, it is nice to see a fresh new start. And I hope there is some things that were restrictive in the first game that they're able to fix and do differently here. And people who play a lot of the first game will probably be able to be a little bit more, I don't know, informative on that front, but honestly, it's just a dumb, fun game that has a story. The first one, I think, revolving around volcanoes, and it's always like, well, how the heck does everything in this town get so absolutely caked in mud and dirt and grime and crud? And I don't know, it's just fun to clean that stuff regardless of what the reasoning is. And one of my favorite missions from the first game was essentially the clock tower from Back to the Future, from the town hall from Pine Valley, where in that game you then get to go to the top of the clock tower and clean all the clock itself and some of the things on the interior. So I hope we get more creative, cool stuff, like maybe Cameron's dad's car from Ferris Bueller's Day Off or something like that. I don't know. It would just be great to see more and more franchises in this franchise. I think it's perfect. It's almost like in a reverse way of how many different games for Warhammer 40K there are. I mean, Warhammer 40K has like 13 different RTS games that come out a year, and then there's like Space Marine and other FPSs that come out, and it's just a hoot. It's a lot of fun to be able to see how many different games they can make out of the same game, and this one's just the same in that regard. By the way, that little poster you see on the side of the bathroom there, that is going to be the car that we clean next, so it looks like there's some sort of maybe an order to the progression. I don't know if the campaign eventually gets dynamic where it spreads out and you can kind of do whatever you want later on, like choosing between 1, 2, or 3 different missions. But if you're a big fan of Contractville, or if you're a big fan of House Flipper, yeah, this game is absolutely for you. If you haven't played the first one, you should just get it because it's a very, very fun game. It really is. And I hope to play more with friends in the future. This is a perfect game for, I don't know, just if there's no other games out, or if you're just tired of whatever's out at the moment, you just want to turn off all the current game releases. This is a one that will be a new release, I think, that will be timeless. I could absolutely see myself coming back to this throughout all the DLCs, and it's the same with the first game. I haven't even officially, quote-unquote, beat the first game, but it certainly was fun to do with friends, and do all the things that were there, from Tomb Raider to cleaning boats and other types of automobiles. This one does feature a few different cars. The playtest that I was able to be a part of did feature like a large delivery van, a smaller car, this bathroom here, a large Art Deco home. I think there was also a some sort of like a hotel or like an inn or something like that, or a cafe, and then there was also a billboard and a campsite too, those two being separate. But my only complaint about this game so far is the world is dead, man. Like, we're here in the middle of town on a beautiful sunny day and there's no cars going down the road. I know there might be lore to evacuations or something to explain it away, but I just want to see people walking down the street and cars driving by and just feel like, I'm part of a living, breathing world where I'm just another, person just doing a job. And I don't know, it's really satisfying to be able to like see vehicles driving around. I think that's another problem with, for example, House Flipper. You don't really get to see anybody doing anything, although you can in Contractville. But I don't know, that's just a minor gripe that doesn't really break anything for me. I mean, whatever. It's maybe less things to animate on screen, thus making a better connection for co-op. But it's a wish, it's an ask, and I hope they do it sometime soon. All right, we're about ready to finish up with the exterior here. We've gone around over and over and over again. I'm just scanning for, again, last little nooks and crannies of dirt. All of these different power washers have been quite fun to use, too. You've got the high-powered extendo ones, and you've got kind of the more mist ones that create more of a gentle stream to cover a larger area. But look at the interior of this bathroom. Now, this thing here is new. This is kind of like a steamy Roomba. I don't know what you would call this thing, but it's basically like a Roomba. You want to go all the way around the floors. You could use this on the walls and stuff too, but this pretty much removes everything in a large area, and it gets rid of like everything. It's like cheat mode. Look at how it just strips everything right off the wall. So I don't think we had this before, but I do want to see more ways to clean with water like that. In fact, a mop and a bucket would be cool too for certain things. I know they're always trying to stick close to the power washer, but now we're starting to get away from streams of water under pressure and then doing things like heated water and steam and things like that. So I would love to see more ways to play in this. I'm testing out kind of how this works and what other techniques we can do, but eventually I get bored of that and we will switch over to the some of the soap and try to do that too. So the soap in this game, incredibly powerful and very fun. You have to buy that before you go into each mission, but it is certainly a, I don't know, you could call it cheat mode or easy mode, but it's just another way to play. I mean, it's a requested feature that people wanted in. The developers listened, and they popped it in, and that's a good thing. We could all get behind that whenever anybody asks for something, and then a big group's like, yeah, it's a good idea, you should put that in, and the developers are able to deliver on that. So good times, really, honestly, from these devs to be able to put that in. I hope to see more things like that. And this also makes me think of a game by the name of Crime Scene Cleaner. And in that game, we had sponges by hand, and we had mops, and you were cleaning up blood and grime and crime and spent bullet casings and whatnot. So I hope to see more of that in that game and other games that kind of are spinned off from this one. I think PowerWash Simulator really, truly should just be you with a little, like, kind of a quote-unquote gun, like a squirt gun that just cleans with different attachments, and that's fine with me. But I do like the whole idea of having, like, a harness and ladders and a scissor lift and other ways to, like, get ahead or like a scaffolding to get up above things and clean it from top down, or assigning different areas and jobs to your friends and being like, okay, I'm going to do this, you do that, and then we're going to do this all together and whatever. It's just fun. It really is just good, dumb fun. Now, I don't know the release date of this one just yet. It might be out there. I've kind of forgotten it. You can wish list it now. I didn't see any pricing either, but I think this will just be one where it's like, if you're in, you're in. If you take a look at it and you've never played it before and you're like, oh, that looks fun, I think you will enjoy this. And if you played the previous one, I think you'll just enjoy this one as well. If you're on the fence, you probably might not like it, but I really think the devs should absolutely add a demo to this game, because it's so fun to clean up all the tedious things that, the small little meticulous projects of cleaning every little nook and cranny and things that are folded out, like the baby changer or whatever there. Yeah, it's good times. So I hope to see more vehicles in the future too, and maybe player-made stuff. I think maybe a workshop here would be really helpful for people to be able to make their own stuff, but then that would mean it might take away from the developers a little bit when they try to score deals with, particular vehicle manufacturers, or, maybe Boeing or something like that, or Airbus to do an entire plane, exterior and interior, like a mega job, whatever. Like, they're going to team up with a brand and a company in order to do something, and if players put that on the workshop, that could take away from what they're trying to do. In other words, this is a company that's in the business of making money, so they absolutely have to be able to make sure that they're profitable. And of course, this will kind of be a vehicle to deliver DLCs for the next couple of years. But I don't know. When this one first hit, PowerWash Simulator, people thought I was crazy, and I was like, "No, this is gonna be fun. Come on!" Like power washing driveways and stuff. That's all you ever see on YouTube now, and especially like the shorts and stuff. People trying to clean a rug, or power washing somebody's driveway, or cleaning drains, or doing like yard work on a like just horrible yard. And these people are like, "Hey, we'll clean your yard for free. Don't worry about it, pal." Good deeds and stuff like that, and satisfying cleaning, especially that of like car like floorboards and like mats and things like that. I see that often too. So good to see. I hope to see more games like that. It's a good idea to turn that into a game for sure. All right, we're about done here with the power washing of the bathroom. It's very easy with the soap. It pretty much just removes all the dirt and grime, and then just has to be rinsed off. So with a very small amount of pressure, you can clean a very large area. There's probably way more equipment than what we're going to see here today. You might notice a few things, but don't think that this is everything, and this is also a preview version, so things are subject to change. More things may be added, and maybe the developers will give us one more surprise or two before it releases, which would be quite cool. I also enjoyed spraying the toilet paper rolls, which was funny, but I think they were protected by some sort of a plastic cover. So getting a little bit more done here. There's the baby changer and the wall to do, and then we'll be off to go and clean a car, which is like a little dog car. And I don't know why it's so satisfying. It reminds me of a little clown car, but we'll get to that in just a moment. But I do like, though, that we can move some of these things around. Like the baby changer is one that we can kind of clean, inside and out. And so this just leaves me wondering, what will they do next? Like, what jobs, what missions will be available next in PowerWash Simulator 2, and what will be there for the first installment, the first vanilla version of the game on day one. I guess we'll have to see, but certainly is quite promising, and I think it'll be a very fun experience for sure. And I love that time-lapse mode at the end when you finish a job, and there's just like a big amount of like screenshots that are taken showing the progression of you cleaning something. That's very satisfying. I always try to like move in a way where that would look so cool in the time lapse, but I want them to do more time lapses. I want more options for that, like a photo mode where you can kind of control that yourself. Maybe there is a way to do that, but I haven't seen it yet. All right, doing the trash bin there. Then we'll have to move on to the hand cleaner, the sink, and the toilet itself. So there's quite a bit of things to do there. Oh, that is satisfying. Oh, yep, got to clean the interior and exterior of the toilet. And we've got to open and close the lid. And do all the other things behind there. Good stuff. Yep. And now onto the ceiling and probably the AC unit too. That'll have to be detailed up a little bit. Almost done, and then it'll be time for the truck. But I think these jobs, if they're about this size, are perfect for a single person. But there are already certain jobs where I'm like, oh man, I want to get a friend in on this one. But luckily, I do believe you can save in this game and quit a mission and come back later. So you can do like, I don't know, 80% of a mission and be like, okay, I'm done. I can't possibly do any more. And then you save right there. And of course, you could either quit the game and come back later, or you can go to a completely different job. Or now, remember, you can even go to your HQ to decorate with all the things that I mentioned, or buy new equipment, or customize it like your van or your power washer and make them look different. So plenty of things that can be done there. Have to wash the railing. Of course, you always still now hit tab in order to see a list of everything that needs to be done. Click on it and it'll ping where it is on the map. So if it says, if you're washing a car and it has 4 wheels and it says wheel 1 of 4, if you click on 1, then it'll show you where that one is. Got to tidy up the doorway a little bit. And I always love it in PowerWash Simulator when you see the missions. You don't have to hit tab anymore, and you just see like the last 3 remaining goals pop up on screen. I love that. Right now we're at 99%. And almost to the big hundo. But yeah, you can see how tedious everything could be and how particular you could be about cleaning every little surface. And to do that with friends would be quite nice too, to have them all take roles. Hopefully that'll be something we could do in the future in this game. I bet you it'll be a good time. Alright, that's pretty much done there. There's only 2 more things to go to, and then we get to see our time lapse. We're down to the last one. There it is. Job complete. Yeah. Hell yeah. Good. Very good. And then, of course, you can pet the cats. There's Ulysses and Bubble and Squeak. And there you go. So you see us cleaning the exterior on the top and the outside. Oh, boy, does that look nice. Love to see that. Imagine that with a group of friends. Everybody just takes a wall and gets it all done. So good times indeed. So on to our next job then. All right, it's not a clown car, it's a dog car. And we're at our HQ now where we have a couple of small ladders, but I probably won't be using those until later. But we're going to do a quick, wonderful little like spray down and get rid of some of the heavier debris on the dog car, which we saw, by the way, remember in the previous little mission, there was a poster for this. So it's something from like a movie. It's a prop or it's an actual vehicle, something like that. This one should be pretty quick and clean though. It's almost like we're like spray painting or cleaning up what they call it, a Volga, one of the old Soviet cars. It's not very large. It's almost like a mini Cooper, but I don't know. It feels a little different than that, a little bigger than that. But yeah, I digress. We have ourselves, of course, the top and bottom sides to do with the car. We've got all these different tools to do it with, the attachments, but I think for the most part we're just going to use the wide spray and try to get everything done in one swoop. So I think the hardest part in this mission is probably the windows and the top of the car. That seems to be where the grime is the thickest, and always going back and doing detailing is fun too. I think even I played a like a car detailing simulator, like where we had to go inside of cars and spray it with like Armor All and things like that. I don't know, it's amazing the types of games that you play once or twice and kind of forget about, and then are rejuvenated to, I guess, think of them. Like something sparks your memory, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right, that one game exists. And that was years ago, like the old car mechanic simulator games, which whenever we work on a car in this game, whenever we're cleaning it, I always think about those games too, and I'm always like, man, I wish we could do more with the car wash rather than just putting the car in the wash and calling it good. But now this is weird, that the dog car, the back like fin makes me think, is this a shark or something like that? But the ears and the little tail, I guess, is what that's supposed to be. So we'll clean everything, including the windows, the tires, all of the grill, the handles, the props for the dog parts as well, and then I think the handle and the license plate in the back. But these missions are quite fun, honestly. Again, the same level of satisfaction. They have a winning formula here and aren't trying to reinvent the wheel when it comes to PowerWash Simulator. I do want to see them do a different game, though. After this game, I'd love to see what else they could come up with and how they would be creative in doing something with, I don't know, I don't know what you would describe this as, but like some sort of a constant progression by doing something where it's visible on screen. Lawn mowing simulator, spray paint simulator, those types of games, you could always see what you're doing in those games. And it is quite fun to be able to watch your progress in real time in such a hard to miss way. I don't know. There's just something nice about being able to just do it and see it happen. Just like with the YouTube videos I mentioned before, when they clean rugs or when there's somebody spray painting or rather pressure washing a driveway. Okay, so also I love the water effects on the windshields. You can see it just rolling down. It's so well done. But yet also kind of cartoony at the same time. This game reminds me of what the art style is in like Parkitect or maybe even close to that Planet Coaster, where there's a lot of realism in the lighting and the environment, but there's always something a little off with it. You know, the people and the vehicles and things look a little like jelly beans. They're a little, I don't know, playful. They're vibrant. They're radiant in their own ways. Yes, yes, indeed. Wow, we're already 88% on the vehicle. That's crazy. I think the hardest part here is just going to be all the little nooks and crannies of underneath the car and at the bottom. So the wheels, the actual rims of the car, and the mirrors, and then the doors and things like that too. Already at 90%. Dude, doing all the things in bulk is so fun. It's so satisfying. Cool. All right, we're almost done here for sure. And we're going to have to do the bumpers and the trimming, I guess, as well. Well, as a final reminder, I want to know from you what you think about the game down below in the comment section. So definitely do let me know what you think about all this. And subscribe and turn on the notification bell, too, if you'd like to see more PowerWash Simulator, as well as saying I'm in, because I might get additional keys for this. And I'd love to do some giveaways for you all. So if you'd like to be in for a giveaway, I'd love to see that you're in down below. I'm in. Yeah. Like those Milton Bradley kids who jump up from the coffee table. I win. Those are always funny. I love those commercials. All right, we're at 90, almost 95%. That's crazy. I think the only thing missing now is just small detailing. And this is the hardest part of this game, too, for me, is I wish I could just hit tab and see exactly where everything is and it being highlighted in orange where I should spray. But it becomes like a last-second scavenger hunt in this game. And, yeah, we're down to 95 now. And still at 95. I can't believe that after all the spraying. And now we're going to start going. Oh, I see. We're going to sort things one at a time. That's going to make things easier. I was hoping to maybe, get anything that was missing with a big broad spray. But no, it's going to take a little bit more high pressure and a little bit more focus on the exact point in which needs to be sprayed. So, yeah, there's the front grille then, the front bumper. Those will both need to be cleaned up. And then looks like maybe the headlights or the taillights. Yeah, probably the blinkers too, the indicators. Those are going to have to be cleaned up. And otherwise, I think this is a pretty nice color vehicle too, the white and the red. Oh, I mean, this must be after they filmed the movie or something, after a stunt scene, right? I don't know what's got it so messed up, but it certainly looks great. It's a good design, though, I must say. I like showcasing more of these missions, too, because I think even if we're speeding this up a little bit, this is exactly what the game is, and it should be, transparent as to what you get to do and how you get to do it. Now, for the most part, I'm just using like one or two pieces of equipment, and I'm just kind of getting comfortable with it and just being like, all right, I'm in the zone, right? I'm just continually spraying things, but then every once in a while I switch it up. But there are certain jobs which will require, the more focused, heavier nozzles, but it's very rare that I use like the red and the yellow nozzle. It's usually the green and the white, which are lower pressure with kind of a more larger spread, like a fan effect to it, which really cleans up a lot of the vehicle quickly, or any sort of flat surface. So look at this, we're at 96%. Like, finding the last little bits is so tough. This is a scavenger hunt simulator. There's the tailpipe there. Now we're going to start working on the rims and the tires, the wheels there, and then I think most of it's in the front too. So there might be a couple, three things here and there that need to be polished up a little bit. 96% will stay around for a little while, I think, as far as I can remember. But yeah, when you're dealing with and you can kind of see the bar depleting on where we missed a thing or two. So like when it says wheel, you can actually see an orange bar of how much is still remaining in that area. So I don't know if that's new from the previous game, but it seems like it conveys that a little bit better. But this is the perfect game for it. I also think it'll be cross-platform, so this is perfect for PlayStation and Xbox, maybe even Nintendo Switch. I wouldn't see a reason why it wouldn't be on there. Oh yeah, trying to do every little bit of the upper, like the top of the car, the roof. And also trying to get the ears done too. Man, that 96% is staying around. This is what drives me nuts about this game. Trying to get that last little piece like that. This is why multiplayer is so good, because you always have somebody on your team that's more detail-oriented and being like, yep, subsector 14, 27B has got a little bit of dirt right here, and then they'll spray it and beat the mission. It's crazy. I think it's going to come down to the tires, the last thing that will get done. But yeah, just to say as final parting thoughts, then this is a very, very fun game, the whole PowerWash series as a whole, and I hope to see what it will evolve into, and I'm very excited to play this whenever it may come out. I want to see more. They've got my attention, and I want to just like see what they may come up with for the future. It's going to be great for multiplayer, great for single player, interesting little story that has like little lore and tries to be kind of kooky in its own way, but nothing here is really hard or unpleasant or just not fun. There's a lot of fun in this game in terms of repetitiveness, and so if you like the grind of many other games, every game has some grind. This certainly will have it for buying all the equipment too, and of course using all that extra money for decorating your brand new shop, which now you can finally do, which we're out in front of. You know, like I just hope we could be able to see through the window out here. Like we're out here working on the car, and there's a window, but it's kind of black. We don't get to see inside the shop. So I hope, however we decorate our shop in the future, you'd imagine that whoever pulled up here is probably hanging out inside, right? Like not in the car, but they should be welcomed inside the shop. So anyway, that's all my thoughts for the game for now. Definitely, leave a like and all that good stuff, and I'll see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching.